They had no doctors, no data, and no idea what LDL meant. But somehow, medieval peasants picked the one breakfast that fights cholesterol like modern medicine. Historians focused on hunger. Scientists in the 2000s focused on fiber. But 600 years ago, these farmers knew what worked by how long they stood in the fields. Today, I'll show you why this medieval breakfast quietly outperforms some cholesterol drugs. So, what makes oats that powerful? Let's find out. Before we go any further, one quick thing. Most people watch without subscribing, and we get it. But these foods survive because someone refused to forget them. If you believe this knowledge still matters, if history deserves another chance, hit subscribe. Oats. In medieval Europe, most peasants woke up hungry and cold. There was little to eat and less to save for later. On many mornings, people filled wooden bowls with thick, steaming oat porridge because it was cheap, easy to cook, and filled their stomachs for hours. No one checked vitamins or tracked cholesterol, but families saw which foods kept them working longer in the fields. Oats earned respect. People who ate them were stronger during the day, less likely to faint, and more likely to survive long, hard winters. This daily meal had a powerful effect that scientists only proved hundreds of years later. Modern medical studies reveal why. The fiber inside oats, called beta-glucan, physically grabs onto cholesterol in the gut. As the porridge digests, beta-glucan helps pull that cholesterol out of the body instead of letting it build up in the blood. Regularly eating 3 grams of this special fiber per day lowers LDL, or bad cholesterol, by 5 to 10%. That result matches what doctors now recommend for patients at risk of heart problems. This isn't a new superfood or a diet fad. It's the same breakfast that kept peasants going centuries ago. Nutritional numbers back this up. 100 grams of dry oats provide about 380 calories, 17 grams of protein, and 10 grams of total fiber, including about 4 grams of the soluble beta-glucan type. Compare that to the same weight of potatoes, which offer less than 2 grams of protein and 2 grams of fiber. Potatoes give a quick rise and fall in blood sugar, while oats keep energy steady. People eating oats in modern tests also show smaller blood sugar spikes after meals, better hunger control, and steady drops in LDL over weeks or months. Oats also grow in tough places. The plant needs only shallow, slightly acidic soil and handles cold, wet conditions that kill other crops. After 90 to 120 days, a field of oats is ready for harvest. Its roots break up hard soil, making life easier for future crops. In the Middle Ages, farmers depended on these grains for survival. Today, doctors say a bowl of oats for breakfast still helps prevent heart attacks and manage blood sugar, making this old habit just as valuable as ever. Oats built strength quietly and changed lives in ways no one understood at the time. Barley. Thousands of years before oats spread through Europe, barley fields covered lands from Mesopotamia to the Nile. Early cities stored massive jars of barley, and armies relied on it for rations. Barley was the first major cereal that humans learned to grow and harvest, and it shaped the rise of organized societies. Unlike wheat, barley handled rough, salty soils and dry climates. Villages depended on it for survival, turning the grain into flatbreads, soups, and stews. For generations, barley formed the base of the diet that built kingdoms and kept people alive during droughts or crop failures. In today's world, barley is attracting attention for its direct effects on blood sugar and cholesterol. Clinical studies find that eating 5 to 7 grams of barley's soluble fiber every day can lower LDL cholesterol by around 7%. That's similar to results seen with oats. But barley's biggest benefit is its control over blood sugar. Scientists found that meals containing barley slow the rise in blood sugar after eating, reduce insulin spikes, and help people feel full for longer periods. This effect can last through several meals, not just the one where barley is eaten. 100 grams of raw pearled barley contains about 350 calories, 10 grams of protein, and an impressive 16 grams of fiber, most of which is soluble. By comparison, white rice has just 0.4 grams of fiber per 100 grams. The fiber in barley forms a thick gel in the gut, slowing how quickly sugar is absorbed. In studies, barley even lowers long-term blood sugar measures, like HbA1c, especially in people at risk for diabetes. Barley isn't only good for humans. It's a workhorse in the field. The grain grows in cold conditions, germinates at temperatures just above freezing, and matures quickly, sometimes in as little as 2 months. Its roots hold soil together, helping prevent erosion and supporting future crops. Farmers also use barley as a cover crop to suppress weeds and improve soil quality. These practical benefits meant that for thousands of years, barley was more than food. It was security for the whole community. Eating barley soup or bread today connects us to a tradition that once fed entire civilizations and now supports modern health goals. Each spoonful carries centuries of survival and real, proven effects on how the body manages sugar and cholesterol. RYE. Further north, where winters are longer and the soil freezes deep, another grain took over where others failed. Rye filled the gap left by wheat and barley in northern Europe and Russia. People did not choose rye because it tasted best or looked good on the table. They ate it because nothing else could grow in such harsh conditions. Rye bread, heavy and sour, became the foundation of the local diet for millions of peasants who had no other choice during cold, lean months. Recent research explains why those dark, rough loaves helped people more than anyone realized. Rye is rich in a type of fiber called arabinoxylin, which slows how quickly food moves through the digestive system. In clinical tests, eating rye bread or porridge results in a slower, lower insulin response compared to wheat, even if blood sugar numbers look similar. People who eat rye for breakfast feel full longer and report fewer cravings for snacks throughout the day. This means more stable energy, better focus, and a real impact on overall diet and health. Nutritionally, rye delivers about 15 to 20 grams of fiber and 10 grams of protein in every 100-gram serving of whole grain. Its fiber thickens food in the stomach, extending the feeling of fullness and lowering the risk of overeating. Rye's bran also contains unique compounds called alkyl resorcinols, which can be measured in the body as a marker of real rye intake and may provide antioxidant effects. The plant itself is tough. Sown in late autumn, rye sprouts even in temperatures near freezing and keeps growing under snow all winter. Its roots dive down as much as half a meter, breaking up compacted soils that would stop other grains. When spring arrives, rye uses these roots to draw nutrients from deep underground, allowing it to grow where fields are tired or poor. For centuries, rye saved people in cold, hungry regions from starvation. Today, rye bread is once again valued for its impact on blood sugar and appetite, especially for people watching their weight or managing diabetes. The grain that once symbolized poverty now stands out as a smart, healthy choice based on facts, not fashion or marketing. Millet. In regions with brutal heat, scarce rain, and hard soil, millet quietly kept millions alive. Africa, India, and northern China all built ancient farming systems around different kinds of millet. Small, round seeds that shrug off drought, grow fast, and survive where wheat and rice wither. Millet arrived early in human history, with evidence of cultivation in China over 10,000 years ago. This crop didn't just survive, it shaped cultures and diets for generations. Unlike white rice or wheat, millet provides steady energy without rapid blood sugar swings. Modern research confirms that replacing high glycemic foods with millet leads to slower rises in blood glucose, smaller spikes after meals, and better long-term numbers like fasting sugar and HbA1c. This is especially important for people at risk for diabetes, but anyone who needs steady energy can benefit. In studies, people who switch to millet from white rice report fewer hunger pangs and less fatigue. A standard 100-gram serving of cooked millet gives about 320 to 380 calories, 11 grams of protein, and over 8 grams of fiber. Millet also supplies important minerals. Some types, like finger millet, deliver up to 360 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams, a rare find in cereals and a critical resource in places without dairy. The starches in millet break down more slowly than those in rice or bread, creating a longer-lasting source of fuel for the body. Millet's resilience goes beyond nutrition. Farmers plant it after the soil warms to about 18 degrees Celsius, press seeds just below the surface, and in less than 2 months, the fields fill with tall, golden stalks. Millet's roots hold dry soil together, preventing wind and rain from blowing it away. In areas facing climate change and unpredictable weather, experts now call millet a future grain because it grows well with very little water and survives extreme heat. Families grind millet into flour, cook it as porridge, and form it into flatbreads. Every meal made from millet represents a line of defense against hunger and disease. What began as a crop of survival has become a tool for better health in a world facing new risks. Buckwheat. Buckwheat enters the story as an outsider. It is not a true cereal. It is a broadleaf plant. The fields where other crops fail, rocky, sandy, or worn-out soil, become green with buckwheat in just weeks. This quick-growing, resilient plant needs almost nothing to thrive, and it brings a different set of nutrients and health effects to the table. Modern trials prove what old country traditions guessed. Buckwheat lowers cholesterol and blood sugar when it replaces refined grains in the diet. In controlled studies, people eating buckwheat saw total cholesterol fall by 5% and LDL by 8%. Their triglycerides dropped and fasting blood sugar improved. These results happened even when buckwheat was eaten as pancakes, noodles, or porridge, making it a flexible food for many cuisines. 100 grams of raw buckwheat brings about 343 calories, 13 grams of protein, and 10 grams of fiber. The seeds hold important minerals, such as magnesium, potassium, and copper plus rutin, a flavonoid that strengthens blood vessels and may have antioxidant effects in the body. Buckwheat is naturally gluten-free, so people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity can safely enjoy it as flour or whole groats. In the field, buckwheat works like a soil doctor. Farmers sow it soon after frost ends, cover the seeds lightly, and in 30 days, thick green leaves blanket the ground. Its roots weave through the dirt, holding it together and crowding out weeds. When buckwheat flowers bloom, bees flock to the fields, making it an excellent plant for pollinators. After harvest, the land is healthier and richer for the next crop. Farmers use buckwheat as green manure, a fast solution to rebuild tired earth. Buckwheat stands apart from other grains because of this double impact, improving both the land and human health. Where packaged cereals offer promises, buckwheat quietly delivers, changing the numbers on a cholesterol test and bringing new life to broken soil. The food that once meant poverty and hard times now signals smart choices for blood, heart, and the future of farming. Buckwheat's story proves that not every powerful crop comes from the center of civilization. Some rise at the edges, ready to change everything. If one ancient grain can do that much for your arteries, imagine what else history got right. Thanks for watching, and if you're ready for more, tap the next video now.